Hello guys, and welcome to the penultimate race of TUF1. I am here with my good friend Kachal. How you doing, man?
Good evening. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. As I said, today we are in Mexico. It looks like it's a nice and sunny day here. So yeah, what, from your experience, what can we expect for times around here?
Um, well, we obviously know that TUF1 is insanely fast, so I would be surprised if no one gets into the 12s. So I'm guessing I'm going to go with a 12.7. That's my guess.
Yeah. Of course, at the first race of this season in TUF2, we had Denso racing, which was quite unfair for us in TUF2, but his pole time was a 13 flat, so who knows, he probably got faster since then.
Yeah. I have some insider info. Looks like we're going to get a wet start.
Oh, wet start is definitely not a great track. Well, no track is great in the wet, but I'd say this is probably one of the most difficult ones.
Oh yeah. The
Especially,
S's are
yeah.
very, very tough.
Even like the start of sector 1, like the turn 1, 2, is
Hmm.
quite difficult in the
Apparently,
wet.
just lots of traction zones, so
Yeah,
very, very tough check. Ooh, sky.
yeah. So on board with Denzo at the moment, as I do believe, I, we are not sure if this is a title decider between Denzo and Baraka, but because we don't have the results from Azerbaijan GP that happened last week, but I imagine it will be. Or maybe Denzo just has already won it, I'm not too sure. Well, that was quite a big lock-up from Denzo there, but he did keep it going. Let's see how he does through the S's.
Ooh, big lift actually.
Yeah, but he still kept it going. It was nice and clean.
I'm surprised that he didn't take the S's flat.
Yeah,
Maybe using a bit
this is just,
aggressive setup.
yeah, it is just his first lap. Let's
Yeah,
see
true.
what his time is. It's a 13.3. I
Yeah,
think
we're definitely
Waitsy,
seeing
oh no,
12s.
Trunders is the next person to cross the line, a 15.3. Already a 2-second gap. Who's the next person? I'm not too sure who the next person is.
I think. I'm looking at Baraka right now. He's on the mediums.
Yeah. What's Bracker's time? 14.1.
On the mediums, that's insane.
Yeah. And we
Oh,
have a racing point. Pricey's just doing his out lap. Julian has just started his lap. A massive lock up into turn 1. Not what you want to see. Jeeves puts in a 14.5. Weavesy's just going through the stadium section now. There's a Ferrari. F1atic gets a 15.1. Weavesy gets a 14.2.
Andy invalidated, but I think he's going
Yeah.
again. Julian is in the S's right now.
I do believe that Julian is actually on pad, I believe.
Yeah, his steering input definitely looks like he's on pad.
Yeah. Let's see what time he has, and he puts himself in P4. less than, well, just over 100th behind Weavesy. So that's not a bad time. Pricey puts himself 5th with a 14.4. Let's see, Andy is invalidated again.
Yeah, very easy to do on the track. Track limits are very tough in Mexico.
Let's see what dreams he can do. He's just going through the S's now. Let's see how he takes a very difficult corner here. Slightly misses the apex. But let's see if he's just going to keep it to the inside like everyone else does. Yep. That's 14.7, puts himself in P7.
I don't see anyone on the left. Oh, Dobby's on the left.
Yeah, I think Dobby's the next person to cross the line who's on a lap. Very clean from him through the S section.
Yeah.
There's a purple.
If he doesn't mess up the last sector, that should be the next 13, but I don't know if he's beating Denzo.
I think it could be a P2 time.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh. Dobby's another person who's very strong at Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Just
someone that you pointed out was Rogers before we started.
Yeah, Rogers is definitely one of his stronger tracks. He's coming through Sector 1 right now.
There's purple Sector 1 time from him. Of course, in these tight and twisty sections, you want to keep your line pinpoint. You want to utilize all the track that you can.
Invalidated. Didn't even look like it was invalid, but again, it's so hard to stay on
Toma
track
crosses
on
the
this.
line. 13.8 from Toma, puts himself P3. All of these times that are coming through are really helping Denzo because Bracker's now down in P4.
Next guy who probably is going to beat Baraka is Foxy, but he's just about to get into the S's.
Oh, Bats put in a 14.2. He's up in P5. Yeah, let's hop on board with Foxy and see what he can do.
It's a good second sector. If he nails this last sector, he might even get into P1.
Maybe.
That looks very, very good. Oh, someone broke his wing on the pit
Yeah.
entry.
Oh.
Close.
So 4 people in the 13s at the moment. Let's see what Stinner can do. He's just going through the first sector at the moment. He's the only person who hasn't set a time who's doing it right now. He could have used a bit more track on the exit there.
Slightly misses the apex.
Oh, rear end just
Very
stepped
loose.
away from him.
Yeah.
See what his sector 2 time is. There's 15.0, it's not far off. I'd say he's probably, I'm not too sure what time he's going to get really.
It's invalid.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, the first laps, we have, well, both Andy and Rogers are on their out laps. And then I think everyone else, F1atic is on a fast lap. Let's see, Jeeves is invalidated. Julian is on an in lap, I believe.
Weavesy is on a fast lap.
Yeah. There's a Ferrari, which I believe F1atic. He's on a fast lap and he's going to be next person to cross the line. So slightly misses the apex there, but let's see, 14.4. So he improves by 6 temps, but only enough to get him to P11. Let's see what Julian, I think, yeah, Julian's starting another lap. He's...
surprised.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of people on their outlaps at the moment. Andy just goes straight back into the pits from his outlap, which is a bit weird. Oh, Julian. It's very rare to see Julian spin. Well, he did. And we caught it on stream, so now we can just keep on sending it to him. Let's see, Dobby's on his fast lap. He does go wide on the exit of turn 3, but set to 1 time. He is down by 4 thousandths. Let's see if he can pick up any time. He'd massive lock up there. Let's see if he can pick up any time in sector 2.
Rogers is on a good lap.
Oh, invalidated from Dobby.
I think Rogers might get this P1, at least provisional P1. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, 13.2 from Rogers. Let's see what dreams he can do. He goes very wide through the stadium section. Let's see what he can, where this time will put him. It's 2 temps improvement. Moves him up into P13 though. Let's see. Boogeyman has invalidated. Bracker's on his outlap. Bats is invalidated. Dreamsy's just finished, and Waitsy has just done a lap. See Stinner, he's on his fast lap. Let's see what Stinner can do. A slight lift, actually quite a lot of lift through there. It does get purple, it's a 54.9. Oh, a bit too deep, but he does get the car rotated round. Let's see what this time will be. It's 13.9, puts himself in P6.
And Baraka is on the lap.
Yeah.
On the soft. Oh, this guy, it's insane to watch him just absolutely stand it. It's crazy.
I think Boogeyman is on a lap, maybe, so I'm just going to keep an eye on if he improves.
But Barak is definitely getting into the 12s, definitely on this lap.
Oh, Boogeyman goes into the pits. So 12.5 from Baraka.
Oh jeez, this guy.
He's really putting up a fight for the championship. Weavesy just crossed the line, another person into the 13s, but we're talking about 13s, there's only one man in the 12s.
I think that lap is top 100 on time trial, and he does it in a quali.
Yeah. It's insane.
I don't know how people do this, just be this fast.
Waitsy retired in the pits, I think that's as much as he can do. Let's see who's on their lap. Trunders is on his lap, looking to improve from a 15.1. Fnatic has retired in pit lane, I believe. Yeah, he has. Fnatic is retired in pit lane. Let's see what Trundles can do. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. But he's going to keep on going for another lap. Julian has invalidated again. He's going for another lap though. Let's see, Wheezy's in the pits, Baraka is in the pits. Andy, invalidated again. Does he have a qualifying ban?
Andy?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I don't think so.
I will quickly have a look. No, he doesn't. He just hasn't set a time. He just keeps on invalidating. There's not the session that you want if you're Andy. We have, yeah, that's what he's going for. Toma's on a fast lap, just going through the start of sector 2. If there's anyone who's going to cross the line before him. Julian's gone through 3/4 of the track without invalidating. Let's see if he can. He's going to finish the lap. It's a 13.7, puts him up into P7. There's a Ferrari, which is Toma. He's just going through the castle section now. I do believe he is about 3/10 up on his time, so could be P5 for him. P4, a 13.3 from Toma.
That's a good lap.
Denzo's going through the S section right now. Does he go flat? A little bit of a lift. Let's see if it's purple. It is. It's 4/10 improvement. And Foxy gets out of the way nicely of Denzo. Oh, Denzo! Foxy
probably would have been P2. Another
yeah,
P12.
That's unfortunate. Next person to cross the line was... I don't even know. Andy hasn't set a time. Let's see, this is Julian. Of course he says time, he's in P9. Stinner invalidated, he's going into the pits. Jeeves just did his time. Boogeyman is going through the S section at the moment, currently P12. Needs to get at least a 4/10 improvement to have a chance of getting into the top 10. Well, I don't think he will get 4/10 in the space of 3 corners. Dreams he gets himself into P11 with a 14.0. And Boogeyman, it is nearly 1.5 improvement, but it's P12. Jeeves is just going through. Oh, that's a good time from Foxy. Jeeves retired on track. And Bats, yeah, Bats is slow. So that is everyone's times.
7/10 gap between P1 and P2.
Yeah, just
that's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a wet start to this race. As we've been told, it is a wet start to this race. So that will make things very, very interesting. So there we go, the session is done. Just wait for standings to come up. If you want to run us through the grid.
So on pole, Baraka just in a league of his own. Then behind him we have Henry Rogers, Foxy in P3, Denzo, our championship leader, I think, in P4. Toma, great quality from him, P5. Dobby in P6, Weavesy in P7, Bats plus P8, TUF Julian in P9, Stenner in P10. Dreamweaver, the first guy with free tire choice, but it's wet so it doesn't matter. In P11, Boogeyman in P12, Jeeves P13, Pricey 14, Fnatic 15, Walesy 16, Chandler 17, and then Andy in last without a valid time.
Yeah, so we knew that there was going to be maybe one or two people getting into the 12s, but not a 12-5.
No, 12.5 is insane.
We were talking about what times we expected before stream started, and we were saying about a 12-7 or a 12-8.
Yeah.
But not a 12-5.
No. So, looking at the race director, it's wet, but everyone is on softs.
So maybe it's...
This could be very interesting. I don't know if the race director is glitching, but
Or maybe
it
it's...
happens.
Yeah, maybe
Not
it's
sure
just
when.
like stopping raining.
Yeah. If so, it's going to be very interesting to see who can
Yeah.
handle these conditions the best.
This is probably like... I'd say they're the worst conditions, or one of the worst conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if the track is still wet, but it's drying up.
Yeah.
So it's like
That.
you're gonna be sliding everywhere.
Yeah, and it's so hard to figure out when to go on the
Actually,
throttle, when to brake.
the track looks a little bit dry.
It is dry, but it's also raining a bit, so
Yeah. We're not
those
sure if it's gonna
first,
get heavier. Maybe it gets heavier,
yeah.
and it's just dry enough to start on the soft. We're not too sure.
But considering that everyone except Jeeves is starting on softs, maybe the guys are expecting it to rain.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone is starting on soft. Yeah, it's quite an interesting qualifying to watch. We have Mercedes 1 and 3, which, I mean, Foxy could help Baraka a lot just by holding up Denzo.
Yeah.
But we all know what Denzo's pace is like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of the easier tracks for overtaking.
Yeah.
So, if Denzo has the pace advantage, I'm pretty sure he will be able to find his way past.
Yeah.
We have Boogeyman and Julian fan in the chat. Brian Sharp, come on the Boogeyman and Julian, get some points in the bag.
Yeah, my F2 teammate.
Well, Julian struggled a bit in quali, but he's on pad, you said?
Yeah. I do believe he's on pad.
Right.
Just waiting for the lights. Oh, I think. Here we go. There's 5 lights. And off we go. We're just watching on with Baraka in the broadcast mode. Pricey gets a decent start. Pricey gets an excellent start. Already passing 3 people. He's up into P10 now. He's up into P9. He's going past everyone.
That's a Mercedes 1-2.
Pricey. Jeez. Pricey's just battling with everyone.
Controller hacks.
Pricey's up 7 places already.
I can't give him credit. It's perfect.
Controller OP.
Yes, exactly.
Well, the gap. Denzo's already got past Rogers and he's already within 3/10 of Foxy ahead of him. Not sure what's happened to Waitsy, but he's dropped down.
So Baraka is. I don't have the. Where is the timing screen?
Oh. Denzo's in last.
I think that's. He's in P3, but the timing screen says he's in last.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know how
this
works.
I'm just happy to go to the next one. I'm just happy that we're going to the next game soon. Oh, it's sorting itself out. Come on. Come on. There we go.
And we're back. I don't have gaps. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Let's just have a look at the gap Stella leader already. So, it's still quite close between the field. We do have a big gap. We do have a big gap from Bats in P12 to Trunders in P13. But it's going to be difficult, I think, to catch.
I'm not quite sure if Foxy is in Baraka's DRS because I can't see the gaps. But from the onboard, I don't think he is. No, he isn't in 1.3 seconds.
Oh, Foxy under attack, and Denso gets past.
Denso really trying to make sure that Baraka can't just drive into the distance. Roger is struggling a bit to keep up with the top 3. Toma putting him under a bit of pressure, but doesn't try anything stupid and go for a move.
The closest battle on track is actually Waitsy on Trunders, I believe. Oh, Waitsy!
Is he off? Oh no, Waitsy.
Commentator's curse.
He
I hop on board with Waitsy and the first thing he does is spins.
He did look like a bit of a rain expert in TUF2. He won Zandvoort in the wet by like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Had a great race in Australia, but
it's like it's difficult when you're in like these conditions and on a dry tyre, because you can, if you get on the power too early, or even if you just get on the power too early, you can lose the car so easily. But let's just hop on board with. Oh, sorry, you go.
I'm just looking at Rogers, who's very, very close to the back of Foxy.
Yeah. Let's see how. Yeah, let's see how we can go through. You're getting some love from the chat, Kachal.
Let me see. Shows the good debate. Well, he knows about my championship in TUF2, so. Thomas already has a penalty.
Yeah.
And that's 4, that's not optimal.
It's not great, but he already has a 1.6 second gap to Dobby. Or 1.7. I'm not sure what's happening to Dobby. I think he was maybe struggling to get the power down, but Toma, he is losing touch to Rogers, who is getting a slipstream off Foxy. He's back within this 4/10 margin. They're arguing over you, Kachar.
Yes, the GOAT debate is starting.
Trunders gets a move done on F1 Attic. I have a feeling that it was a dive bomb, maybe.
But Barakai and Denzo are pretty much just saying you
just
do whatever we want, but we are outdoors.
But yeah, closest battle on track is actually Rogers on the back of Foxy. He's just sticking with him, which is what you want to be doing.
Yeah. Rogers is pretty aggressive, I would say, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go for a move as soon as the opportunity opens up.
Yeah.
Puts on
He does have DRS.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going for a move.
Yeah.
Foxy using
Stinner's in the pits.
And Rogers, yeah, goes for the move into turn 1.
He still has the DRS, which is crucial because he wants to pull away as much as he can. Pricey gets his first penalty. Rogers didn't really pull away that much from Foxy, which is surprising. But in the meantime of them battling, you've got Denzo and Baraka still pulling away. When do you expect the rain to be too much? Or just...
It's still raining, but the track doesn't look wet at all.
Oh, Rogers. Every time we say something, just something happens. It doesn't look wet at all, and then it just nearly goes straight into a wall. But yeah, I'm surprised that Foxy didn't close up. Like, he didn't really get any closer, really.
But something to always look at when we have these weird mixed conditions is if DRS is still enabled.
Yeah, it's still enabled.
So I guess it's dry enough for soft, just in general, dry tires.
I think maybe that was a corner cut from Rogers, just seeing that then. Trunders gets himself a 3-second time penalty. F1 Attic is in the pits. Rogers gets a 3-second time penalty. Baraka gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh,
everyone's getting 3-second time penalties.
Yeah. I commentated the league race yesterday, and we had also, I think, 19 guys racing, and only 2 stayed without penalties. So
Wow.
Those are going to stack up, I think, for everyone though. Oh, yellow flag, that's a McLaren. I think it's Boogeyman.
Yeah, no, Boogeyman.
Oh.
He didn't get any damage, I believe. It doesn't look like he has. No, he doesn't look like he has any damage. So that's good.
No, it doesn't.
Let's hop on board with Andy. He is closing up to the back of Weavesy. Probably not close enough to make a move. Nope, he just tucks in. Tomer gets another penalty, so he's on 6 seconds at the moment. Just gonna stick on board with Andy. Going through the second... Oh, Andy! I'm just gonna stop going on board with people. I go on board with Waitsy, he spins. I go on board with Andy, he nearly spins.
Going with Baraka, maybe we're going to see some excitement if
Let's
he
see.
spins. But Rogers managed to break the ass.
Yeah. Andy gets himself a 3-second time penalty now. I believe that may be his second one. No, that's his first one.
Yeah.
Oh, Sector 3. Who is that? Don't tell me. Oh, it's Trunders. He's lost his front wing. He's completely lost his front wing.
When Denzel is into DRS now.
It looks like an old school Formula 1 car now. No front wing.
But it's pretty obvious that Baraka and Denzel are just in a league of their own at the moment. No one able to stick with
yeah.
two. I mean, Denzel spun on his last lap, so who knows why he would have qualified if he didn't do that.
Yeah.
The conditions look so annoying to drive in. I'm glad that I'm sitting in my dry home in the commentator's booth. Don't have to be out there in the car right now.
Oh, Bracker's gone for an early pit stop. Let's see what tyre he puts on. He is on the mediums.
Some guys pitting. Yeah. So the pit strategy is, I'm pretty sure, soft, medium, soft.
Yeah.
Some guys are doing soft, medium, medium. Maybe. Honestly, don't know how the weather conditions affect the tire wear, because usually it's you're more careful on the throttle, so less wheel spin, but then again you also slide much more.
Oh, Andy goes for a dive bomb on Weavesy. Weavesy tries to go around the outside. Andy pushes him out a little bit, but he gets the move done. Not like we've seen at Austria this weekend between Perez and Leclerc.
Yeah, 5-second penalty. Just throw them out there, who cares? But it would be interesting to see if Denzel might be able to overcut Baraka, because Baraka is probably going to struggle to get temperature in those mediums.
Denzel's still going.
Yeah. Rogers is pitting, Fox is pitting.
Dreamsy is very close to the back of Stinner. Bats is very close to the back of Jeeves. Of course, Jeeves is the only person who started on the mediums. But it looks like he's really holding up Bats and Dobby.
Yeah. He is defending, so he's
Bats is gonna get past. Dobby's just out of nowhere flying past. maybe he looked like going for a dive bomb there on bats, but he thought better of it. Let's
That would
get
have
on
been a great
board.
move if he made it stick.
Yeah, let's get on board with Stinner. He is 4.5 temps behind Rogers. Of course, Rogers has already pitted. Stinner has a little bit of a moment there, losing the rear, but he keeps it going. Baraka's very close on to the back of Weavesy as well, within 5 temps. And Toma as well, he's within 3 temps of...
And
who's
Denzo
that,
stays out
Pricey?
another lap.
Baraka gets past Weavesy. So let's just have a look at the gap to the leader. Baraka is 17 seconds. It's about 17 seconds, so... Oh, Pricey gets penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it's a Haas.
But,
The first time we're ever gonna say this is a Haas 1-2.
Mick is going to make it happen. Mick is going to win next season. Just wait for it.
Yeah, he's just... It's like George and the Williams, isn't it? He's just gonna fly. He's just gonna fly around. Oh, Andy.
So I looked at the lap times. Denzo did a 25.5 and Baraka did a 24.3.
Wow.
So I think I'm not too sure what strategy Denzo is on, but the one stop
Maybe... I was gonna say maybe he's trying to extend the softs as much as he can and go for a one stop.
One stop is, I think it's one of the very few tracks where the one stop is slower than the two stop.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's the right call, but then again, he actually doesn't have to risk anything.
No.
Because he's leading the championship, so I'm not too sure.
Boogeyman picks up a penalty, but just looking at the tyres, both Denso and Andy have gone 12 or 13 laps. Well, yeah, 12 laps. Weavesy's gone 12 as well, and so it's Jeeves, Weavesy, Andy, and Denso. The only, well, the 4 people who haven't pitted yet. And Andy is really holding up Baraka.
Oh, Baraka! Oh.
Baraka desperately wants to get past Andy.
Yeah.
And just going down to Pricey, he's getting very, very cozy with bats. Contact. A lot of contact between those two. Let's see if Pricey goes for the dive. He thinks better of it. Gets a much tighter line. That is a corner cut from him, so that probably is a warning. But the dirty air you'll get from here is unbelievable. Bats has a very bad exit out of the first part. Baraka in the meanwhile gets past Andy.
Finally. But
So
Andy
now he's...
will have
Oh,
the
Pricey. Dive bomb. Pricey does a dive bomb on bats. Of course. Oh, Pricey, no. Every time. Every time, Pricey. Julian sets the
Providing us-
fastest lap. Let's have a look at the fastest lap. He's got a 20.2. He is flying. Boogeyman as well. It stopped raining, so it's drying up.
Oh yeah, it did. Very
So-
late though.
Yeah, Boogeyman gets the fastest lap shortly after Julian. He gets a 20.236. And now we might see the likes of maybe even Baraka pick up the fastest lap here. He is closing up. Let's see the gaps. He is 13.5 seconds behind Denzo. So if Denzo pits,
Oh, Denzo's pitting.
Denzo's pitting in now, Baraka's going to be comfortably in the lead. But Denzo's going to have fresher tyres.
It doesn't look like he's going for the one stop.
He gets the fastest lap at 19.3. Can you take the tyres? Can you take the mediums on this track 21 laps?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, he did do 14 laps on the soft.
Rogers and Stinner, sorry to
Stinner.
cut you off. But, contact. Nearly a Raikkonen on Vettel. Let's see, Rogers goes very deep and pushes Stinner out with him. Stinner goes for a tighter line, but Rogers carries the momentum through. He gets through to P2. It was a questionable move, but he gets it done, and Denzo's already got DRS. There's a little bit of a DRS train forming here. And look who's right on the end of it. It's Julian. His gap is about 1.3 seconds. But let's hop back on board with Denzo. Baraka with a 17.7. He is lighting it up at the moment. Let's see if Denzo can get past Stinner. He doesn't even need the DRS, he's already passed him.
Yeah. Huge grip advantage. And I also feel like Denzo's running very, very low wings.
Yeah.
The way he just flew past some of these guys.
Yeah. Boogeyman puts in the fastest lap now. He gets a 17.4. And now Foxy gets past Stinner. This is not what you want to see from Stinner. And I think now they're gonna maybe drop Stinner into the clutches of Julian. Julian's already 7 tenths. Julian's closed up to them so much. Toma gets past Bats, and now Toma's up in P8. But Bats is sticking with him. Let's hop on board with Andy, as he's about 3 tenths off the back of Jeeves. Let's see. Jeeves has a horrible line. And he's up into P11 now. As we're talking.
Getting past Henry. Easy move.
Yeah, Denzo got fastest lap in all of that as well, as 17.0. So now it's just up to Denzo. It's sort of a Mercedes Red Bull battle, the 1 stop versus the 2 stop.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see if Denzo can pull off this 1 stop. But Julian and Stinner side by side. Julian gets past him.
They're on 10 lap old soft, so
yeah,
he's struggling at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to be struggling quite a lot. Rogers gets another penalty, I believe.
Yeah, he really struggles with the penalties. Is up to 9 seconds now.
Yeah, that's not good if you're Rogers. But there's Denzo still hasn't got a penalty, so that's good for him. He just needs to either stay ahead. Yeah, he's just taken 6 tenths out of his own fastest lap. He is closing in.
Yeah.
We might as well start playing the Jaws music. He's just waiting and waiting. He's slowly reeling him in. Halfway through this race, and the standings are Baraka in P1, Denzo in 2nd, Rogers with 9 seconds of penalties in P3, Foxy in P4, Julian in 5th, Stinner in 6th, Dobby in 7th, Toma in 8th, Boogeyman in 9th, Andy in 10th, Weavesy in 11th, F1atic in 12th, Dreamsy in 13th, Bats in 14th, Jeeves in 15th, Pricey in 16th, and then the 2 Williams of Trunders and Waitsy in 17th and 18th. So yeah, it's quite mixed up from how the starting grid was, as Dreamsy gets past F1atic, I believe. But yeah, halfway through the race and it's quite mixed up from how the race started. So yeah, who do you think would be the biggest winner from all of this at the moment?
Julian made up some great ground so far. So
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what strategy he's on, but I'm guessing he will go to a salon of mediums shortly and then go to the end. Maybe he can stretch those softs and then go soft again.
Yeah. Maybe.
But yeah, I feel like a top 5 is very possible for him, maybe even better, if he stays penalty free.
I mean, like, Andy as well, from starting last, he's in 10th now.
Yeah.
So that's good racing from him. F1atic goes into the pits and Pricey gets past Jeeves. Oh.
I think that Andy and Denzo are actually on the same strategy. They are both on 3-level mediums. And they both started on soft, so I think Haas is trying to do the one-stop.
Maybe. It's definitely a possibility. Bats picks up a penalty and Stinner comes into the pits. Let's just have a look at the stops.
Yeah, mediums. Boogeyman also mediums.
Let's have a look at the tyres. So we have 3 runners on the hards. At the moment we have Weavesy, Pricey and Jeeves all on the hards. We only have 2 runners on the softs, being Trunders and Julian. And then everyone else, all other 13 drivers I believe, yep, 13, my maths is correct, they're all on the mediums. Foxy gets the penalty, he gets another one I believe, so that is 6 seconds for him now.
That helps Julian and Rogers.
Yeah. So Trunders gets another penalty, he's on 12 now.
I'm very impressed because Denzo, even though he's on 4-lap pressure mediums,
Julian.
That could cost him a lot of positions in the end.
Yeah. Let's see where he comes out. I think it's just gonna be behind Andy. Yeah, he's gonna come out behind Andy. So P8 is still a good position.
No.
It's still a good position. You're out ahead of Weavesy and Stinner, who are both battling. But Stinner's just left Weavesy behind. But since the last time we were on board with Enzo, the gap hasn't changed to Baraka.
Yeah. And Rogers is also managing to keep up with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Denzo's already starting to save his tires a bit.
Maybe.
But it doesn't look like he's pushing all out. So I think Baraka will pit on lap 24, 25 I assume.
Yeah.
Then for another set of
I'd say
softs.
so.
This could get spicy towards the end when Baraka
Oh, sector
catches.
1. What's happened?
A Williams.
Trunders.
But I don't know what happened.
I think maybe he was just slowing down to let the leaders through.
Yeah.
But there's only one car within DRS range out of the whole field, and it's Bats on Dreamsy. And it's going to be getting a move done. easy as you like if you're Bats, but Dreamsy's sticking behind him. And of course Bats is going to get another dose of DRS, because there's only one detection zone for both DRS zones.
Which in my opinion doesn't make any sense, but
Yeah.
I don't make the rules, so
It would be a lot more interesting if there was one for the second one as well.
yeah. Much more fighting and side by side action, but yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get on, well, Dobby comes in for his stop. Let's have a look at the tyres. So Dobby will be looking to get out, I believe it'll be just behind Weavesy. Oh no, yeah, just behind Weavesy. He'll slot in, so P10 after his stop. He's going to be going to the end on those mediums. Let's see. There isn't really anyone close, but Bats again, he's involved in another close battle. I say close, but it's about 9.5 tenths to Dobby.
Yeah, in Mexico, because of all the different strategies, usually very spread out.
Yeah.
Like on all the other tracks, you have these huge DRS trends of like 10 cars.
Oh, Julian again. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Picked up 8 seconds now.
And Barca, meanwhile, is managing to open up the gap a bit. Found around half a second over the last few laps.
Yeah.
But when he manages to get past, he also has to pull out his 3 seconds.
Timer's come in for the softs. He's gonna come out behind Bats, but he will be on fresher tyres. But it's gonna be a stretch to take these softs to the end.
Yeah, one lap can make a huge difference on this track.
Yeah.
Let's see if Baraka comes in this lap.
I think maybe it'll be next lap. Yeah.
Yeah, stays up. What about Rogers? Also
No.
stays up.
Foxy? No.
Nope. Wow, I just realized how huge the gap from Foxy to Andy is.
Yeah, it's a 17-second gap.
Yeah.
The top 5 have really just like flown away. But we have a Williams taking on Foxy. We have Trunders on the back of Foxy.
Let's not mention that he's a lap behind. Let's give him this bit of fame.
Waits is currently behind Denzo as well.
Williams with a great performance today. Fighting with the top guys.
I'm not sure what's happened to Wacy, but his car is ghosted, but he's still driving. And the same
probably
with...
because he's a lap down.
Yeah.
What about now? Yeah, Baraka's coming in.
Let's see if Rogers comes in. Rogers doesn't. Foxy doesn't.
I think he has to stay out because otherwise he will get held up. Because Baraka will fit it.
Yeah, so just looking at the gap to the leader, it will be
13.5.
13, maybe 14 seconds.
Oh, lots of work to do for Baraka.
Yeah,
So he has to make up 13.5 seconds and then get past and pull out 3 seconds.
yeah. He needs to make
This
up. He needs to make up basically 16.5 seconds.
this very bold strategy might, I don't know, the softs are like 2 seconds faster a lap,
Yeah.
so
He could do it in 6 laps.
this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, look at the gap, it's already down to 12.3. Jesus.
He could. I reckon he'll. I think he'll be on the back of him by lap 31.
31, 32?
Yeah, 31, 32.
Yeah.
It's already down to 11.7. This is going to be a fastest lap. He's already in P2.
Yeah.
This lap here, he's just gonna. This is gonna be a fastest lap from Braga.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I think because of this huge straight, once he's at the back he will get past.
Yeah.
And then, as we mentioned before, obviously only one detection zone, so Denzel won't be able to go from.
Yeah. Let's see if he can get the gap to under 10 seconds. He will.
Oh yeah, after
he will.
after this. It's already under 10.
Yeah, let's see, 9.5. Yep. Oh,
Under 9
Braga
at the
is
end
just.
of the lap.
He's 1.8 seconds faster on his previous fastest lap. This is gonna be quicker than my quali times at Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 14.8. Oh,
That's
wow.
quicker. That's quicker than my normal quali times.
Let me go back real quick and see where he would have qualified with a 14.8.
I think it would have been towards the back. I think maybe 17.
14. Yeah, 17, but without DRS and without hot lap.
Yeah.
So.
Without max fuel as well.
Yeah. Oh, I just gets another 3 second penalty.
But just looking at Julian, he's sitting in a great position at the moment. He's in P4. He does have 8 seconds, but Rogers has 12. And he's within the gap that he needs. He needs to be within 4 seconds.
Rogers is on fresh soft, so yeah, I don't think Julian will be able to keep those 4 seconds.
Yeah, Brack has slowed down a little bit. He wasn't gaining as much time as he was before, but yeah, just looking at that, compared to his last lap, he lost 9 tenths.
Yeah.
But it's still 6.8 seconds.
Yeah, and Denzo's tires won't get any faster, so.
No. Let's just have a look at the tyres. Denzo's on 13. His tyres are 13 laps old, whereas Bracker is basically on new softs.
Yeah.
So, if you're Denzo, you're gonna try and take those tyres to the end.
Oh yes.
I wouldn't risk stopping.
No, he has to go to the end now.
Yeah.
He pretty much committed when he went in, or when he stayed out past lap 12.
Yeah.
I think that's when he basically committed to the one stop.
The sun is starting to show through here, so the track temperature may be increasing, so it could play into Denzo's hands, but saying that, the gap is 4.8 seconds now.
Yeah. And I just realized that Stinner if he gets lucky, he might be able to get a podium.
Let's see. Stinner is... He's 12 seconds behind Rogers.
And Rogers is on 12 seconds of penalties. So.
Yeah. But then you have people like Julian, Foxy, Toma, who will have less penalties than Rogers.
So I think Rogers...
Actually, Toma has the same amount of penalties as Rogers. So
yeah,
I think
Foxy is 6 seconds.
As it stands, I think Foxy may get third.
And
Maybe.
Stinner
No, he won't.
Maybe?
I think it will be. If Stinner keeps the pace going, I think Stinner will get third. If he can stay within 12 seconds, I do believe he'll get a podium.
Yeah. Don't know pressure, but...
And Dobby won't be... Dobby won't be that far off him as well.
No.
Dobby may get a P4.
We were a bit off with our guess of lap 31.
Yeah.
Gap is still 3 seconds, so...
It might be last lap.
And then Barker won't have enough time to put out the 3 seconds.
Unless Denso has a big accident or his tyres just get worn too much.
Or he gets a penalty himself.
But I think there's Williams behind Denso, so... Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry, I completely jinxed him. Oh my god.
And now Denso's
Denso.
gonna get DRS off Waitsy. Or Raka's gonna get DRS. It's just getting bad to worse. Waitsy comes in. Baraka gets the DRS. And now he's just gonna go.
I hope he doesn't watch it back.
So now Baraka just needs to get past Denso and just keep it.
Yeah.
His tyres are 11 laps younger. He still has DRS, which I think is just... That's not fair that he does, but... We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
He's within DRS range of Denso now.
I think it's game over now.
Yeah, Denso's rear is just stepping out and sliding everywhere.
Yeah. Barker will get him down the main straight, maybe even in the arena. But I think Barker will play it smart and just wait for the evening. No need to risk anything.
Yeah, Denzo's coming in. He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out behind Rogers.
Yeah, but Rogers has
but
so
he's
many
gonna
penalties,
still. Yeah. Denso will still finish P2.
Yeah. So he risked it. He went for it, but then just got unlucky with the penalty in the end. So he said, "I'll take fastest lap in P2."
Yeah. But then if you're Baraka, maybe you pit in again. You could still get B1. If he really wants the fastest lap.
Nah, I don't think so, because Denzo's going to undercut him as well. So Baraka has to stay out now and just go to
Dobby gets a penalty now. And he's actually cleared Stinner. So now he's gonna find it very, very difficult. Just a gap from... Oh wait, Andy came in. So let's have a look at the penalties. Rogers has 12 seconds. and yeah, he's about 15 seconds ahead of Stinner.
Okay.
So I don't believe Stinner will be getting a podium. Because his
Julian also
tyres are
not.
quite old as it is.
Yeah.
Boogeyman gets yet another penalty. 9 seconds, he just needs to stay. He needs to get 3 seconds. He needs to get the gap to 3 seconds between himself and Andy for him to get a point. If not, he'll be finishing P12 behind both Andy and Weavesy. Ka-chow. Ah, it's just me. You've only got me now. Fortunately, Ka-chow's internet has died, so yeah, it's just looking like Baraka is looking like his race to win. Let's go down and hop on board with Boogeyman, going to this beautiful broadcast mode, looking at this McLaren. He has 2 cars behind him, being Andy and Weavesy. Pricey gets past Jeeves, his old teammate from last season. Denzo gets a 1:14.3. And he is closing up rapidly on Rogers. Let's have a look at the tyres. Weavesy's on 18 lap old hards and Jeeves is on 16 lap old hards. F1 gets a 3-second time penalty, which moves his penalties to 6 seconds. Trunders has 21 seconds, which is unfortunate for him. The only 3 drivers without penalties at the moment is Stinner, Weavesy and Jeeves. I do believe that was Andy getting past Boogeyman, so no matter what happens, Boogeyman, as it stands, he will not be getting any points. Let's hop on board with Denzo. He's within 3 tenths of Rogers. He has a look down the inside but thinks better of it. Let's have a look at the tyres once again. He is sticking behind him. He's almost pushing him through every corner. Now we're on to the last lap. Baraka shrieking ahead, never looked back. Denzo gets past Rogers without even needing DRS assistance. Let's have a look a little bit further down the field with Dobby. He's within DRS range of Toma, but Toma will have DRS on Trunders. Having a look at the penalties, I do believe Dobby will be finishing ahead of Toma, and so will Stinner, and maybe Julian if Julian can get the pace going. Andy gets past Bats. Just looking at this, which is huge because the position will stay the same. I'm gonna hop on board with Julian because he needs to get on his bike. He needs to make up 7 attempts. Baraka finishes the race in first. That will be another 25 points in the bag. Let's have a look at Denzo as he crosses the line. That will be 19 points for Denzo, 15 for Rogers. Foxy crosses the line, gets 12 points for his efforts. Toma crosses the line in 5th, but it won't stay there. Dobby jumps, Stinner jumps, Julian is 9 tenths behind. Andy and Bats will be crossing the line, staying in P9 and P10. Boogeyman, never mind, Bats drops down to P11 and Weasley goes P10. Let's hop on board with, oh, Pricey just completely cut Corner, 19 seconds worth of penalties. F1 and Pricey crossed the line. It was a very, very eventful race. Very eventful, if I must say so myself. Just waiting for these standings to come up. Come on. So Baraka in P1, Denzo in P2 with the fastest lap by 5 tenths. Then we have Rogers in P3, Foxy in P4, Stinner in P5, Dobby in P6, Tomer in P7, Julian in P8, Andy in P9, and rounding off the points we have Weavesy. Then in 11th we have Bats, 12th we have Boogeyman, Dreamsy in 13th, in 14th we have F1atic, 15th we have Pricey, 16th we have Jeeves, 17th we have Waitsy, and rounding off the grid we have Trunders. So yeah, an eventful race, and next week we have the final league race of TUF1 on F1 2020, and we're headed to Brazil. But in the meanwhile, on Wednesday, I do believe we are headed to, let's have a quick look at the schedule. We are headed to Singapore on Wednesday for TUF2, so I will be in that race, so I'm not sure who will be joining, who will be in the commentary box. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday for TUF2 in Singapore.